Hello, hello, hello. Let's, we are going to do part two today. Part two of Jon Benet, and then we are going to move on to the next case. Okay? Now, let's wait for some folks to come on, and I am happy to be here. I'm happy to engage with you. Hello, hello, hello. Let's take a look at, see what's going on here. We're going to wait for a few more folks to come on, and that way we can get started. In the meantime, tell me where you're from, what city you're from, and what attracts you about this Jon Benet case. Tell me a little bit about what got you interested in this case since the poor little girl was murdered in 1996. So tell me where you're from. Hello, how are you, Midnight? And Kudran, how are you? So it'd be nice if you tell me where you're from. Everybody put your city where you're from, and we can get started while we wait for a few more folks to come on. But in the meantime, I'll let you see that this is Jon Benet's big brother here, the tall guy, and his name is John Andrew Ramsey. So we are going to talk about him today because since I put that post out, I have found out a lot more information. You guys are tremendous. You're very, very helpful. And with all the help that you have given me, it piqued my interest to dive deeper. As one lady said, do your research. So what we're going to do today is I would like you to give me some feedback, and we're all going to be courteous to each other, but we're going to try to see what this case is actually about, okay? And try to take it apart. We're not going to play detectives and accuse anyone, but we are going to put the puzzle pieces together and let the chips fall where they may, okay? So let's do that. Now, let's start out with, let's see. I want to start out with the fact that the brother fits the description of what I saw. If you looked at my video of the actual case, and I said that the brother was not the younger one, but he was a taller guy, clean cut. So I put this arrow here because he is clean cut, is he not? And this picture was taken around that time. And he has the shoulders down of what I saw also in the vision that I had. So thank you. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is dissect this. So I have a few images here that I'm not really familiar of how to line them up on here. I usually do my lives on Instagram. So I love the welcome here. This is my first, thank you. This is my first TikTok live. So I'm a little bit off keel. Please bear with me. I'm not really shy in front of the camera, but a little awkward when I don't know exactly how it works. Thank you. So now, if you look at the brother here, his name is John Andrew Ramsey. And in the vision, I said that he was going down the steps with Jon Benet. I've never seen these people in my life. I'm from New York. Right now I'm in Texas, but I'm from New York. The only exposure I had to that particular guy was in my vision. Didn't know anything about Jon Benet. Never saw her compete in any of her pageants. I do have children. Thank you, Simply Human. I have children of my own, so I'm a parent, but I was not in that realm. I was outside volunteering and working with my own children. So what happens now is I saw this guy in a vision. So this is part 2. For those of you who are just coming on, I posted part 1 in a video, but I figure I'll do part 2 live because it's so much information. You guys are so helpful, and the information is very helpful. So I thank you. Thank you. And so what I want to do is have you help me bring this case to some kind of closure for us. It may not be for the law, it may not be for anyone, but for us, so we can have some kind of resolution. Amen? All right. So now he was supposed to be in Atlanta, Georgia with his biological mother. And he's supposed to be a college student, but as we all know, he could not be in college because there's spring break and there's winter recess. So there's no way he could have been in college on a campus. Thank you, Frostbite. Nice name, Frostbite Villain. Love that. So now what I found out here, if you look under the picture of Jon Benet, my pictures are off, but if you look at the middle picture right here where I have the circle, it's, I believe, September of 1997. A neighbor literally saw him at their house on Christmas Day. So he could not have been in Atlanta, Georgia. 2 is in Boulder, Colorado, where the incident happened, is only 2.5 hours by flight. Now, there's a couple of things that poke holes in his story, and I'm not here to accuse him. I'm just going to lay out my vision. So in the vision, I saw Jon Benet going down the stairs into a basement. And in the basement, it was very dark, and I saw a spotlight focusing on them, just like as if you're on a Broadway stage. The lights were all out, and there's a spotlight. So I saw a spotlight. I saw her holding his hand. She was not trying to get away from him. She didn't. She recognized him. She knew he was not a stranger. So she was not struggling or anything. She was at peace. Her energy was at peace. She was there holding his hand. And then out of nowhere, yes, definitely. Definitely someone should pay for what they did. I agree 100%. So thank you, Short Stack 110. And so what happened is she's holding the person's hand and she is at peace. It's not like a stranger where you try to get away, especially as a 6-year-old. You're not going to try to run away. And so she was standing there, and then all I see is the back of his neck, that haircut that you see here. You could see it you can hear it in my vision where I said it looks like it came straight out of a barber shop. that he was very well groomed. His hairline, you know how everybody does their hairline, his hairline was nice and straightened up. And I remember this dream, this vision, like it was yesterday, because when you get a true vision, it stays with you forever. So I saw him from the back. I never saw his face, but that's the body that I saw. And if you look in my vision, I also said he had a white shirt on like scrubs. Although that's a dress shirt, underneath is a t-shirt. It could have been white scrubs. It could have been a V-neck t-shirt. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to accuse anybody. But I'm just going to lay out exactly what I saw and share the live, guys. If you can share it, we can get this resolved with more help, and everyone can give us their input, because this is a chat, questions and answers, and feel free to jump in with any information you saw on the news or anything. Feel free. Go grab some friends. I don't know the friends that never brought, yes, that exactly. The media never brought him up. What I found out yesterday, thank you, Francisco. I what I found out yesterday about him, and then I want to read something to you. He was, like I said, was not in school. He was at the house. Exactly. Exactly. He is living freely and the child is gone. He actually has a channel. I don't know what social media it's on, where he's like a John Walsh type of a person, and he's giving advice on missing and exploited children. He actually has his own channel like John Walsh. So did you feel it was the brother? Yeah, that's John Montgomery. That is definitely what I saw. Now, like I said, when I first turned this channel on way back in 1996, you know how you scan through news, breaking news, and the mother is there, and she's like, "I'm going to give $118,000 to somebody who can help us find our daughter's missing." Somebody left a ransom note, and so when they left a ransom note, absolutely, definitely, Sydney. Yeah, so what happened is they put up they're saying that the mother wrote the ransom note herself. Now, when he went into the basement with the Jon Benet, and people saw him in the area, in the house, visiting the day that right before she was killed. Yes. Yeah, she had an older brother. I found that out a few weeks into the case, because I had the dream right away. But I had to do research, and then, you're going on with your family and everything, so it kind of goes to the back burner a little bit. So you don't just jump on it. But it stayed fresh in my mind. So what I did was, yeah, exactly. It does blow your mind, because it's like, how could a little girl be dead for 26 years and nobody knows it? But let me read you a letter from him, from his own mouth. I don't know, but watch this. Let me read this letter from him at the airport, because they don't have him on the manifest going back to Atlanta. So if he was there at the house on Christmas, according to neighbors, the neighbors actually told the police they saw him there on Christmas Day. And then there's no manifest of him. And they did not do any DNA on him. They did it on the little brother Burke and the mother and the father. And this, if you look at the last black field I have down here, the last image, my images are terrible, I'm sorry. On that last image, the mother and the father took a polygraph twice. It was inconclusive. And then on the third polygraph, they he even says he was on an interview that he was flying there. Well, he can't be in the airport and flying there when he heard the news because your phones are off on the airlines, right? So even in 1996, we all know they're going to say put your phone on airplane mode, right? So I want to show you, I want to read a letter that from his words, exactly, he did lie. So listen to this. I pulled up this, he did an interview, and I pulled up this message that he said what happened. It says, as per his description, his name is John Andrew Ramsey. As per his description, he had been paged a message from the airline staff instructing him to contact home. Now, he was in the airport in Atlanta, headed to Denver, where little Jon Benet was killed, while accompanying his sister at the Atlanta airport. I'm reading his words verbatim. Andrew learned about his half-sister's kidnapping by the time they arrived in Boulder. Now, if he was told by airline staff to call home, why did Jon Benet's mother say she texted him while he was in the airport and said your sister was kidnapped? So which story is it? Did he hear it from the airline and he called home? Or did he get the message to text from his mother? It can't be both. Because if he got a message to call home, his mother didn't need to text him. And vice versa. If his mother texted him, there's no reason for her to call the airline and say, please page, what's his name? Exactly, too many lies. They did sweep it under the rug. Exactly. So he says at the airport, now listen to his reaction at the airport. He says by the time they arrived, that's when he found out that her corpse had been discovered. And this is what he says in the airport, trying to get on the airline. He kicked his way onto the plane to Denver. He said, we lost our sister and our daughter, a family member. We're victims. And the very people that we thought were going to come in and protect us and help us were pointing the finger at us. We were just regular people. Then all of a sudden our world just got turned around. Why would you say that getting on the plane? Yeah, the mother did grieve herself to death. She did have ovarian cancer for a while. But now it's looking like what he did. He ran. No, he went back to Atlanta, supposedly, but now he's supposed to be the leading person on this case. As of September today, he is the lead person. He has his own channel where he's trying to find the murderer of his sister. Thank you for the hearts. And he really, you know how they say, and I'm not trying to accuse him, please, but you know how they say that a person, when they commit a crime, they try to be right up front and they try to be the most helpful person. So he has his own channel. And I don't want to get banned, but she was tampered with, if you know what I mean. And she was cleaned up before the coroner came. And so she was hit on the head. What I saw was her head go blank. And I didn't, all I saw was like a burst of light. And I said, what in the world? This is a live vision. I'm laying down, but it's a vision where it's like a projection screen, like you're watching a movie. So you can have a dream within a vision or a vision within a dream. And you can have a combination of both. So I had a vision in a dream. So I was having my regular dream, whatever that was in the world, and this intercepted like breaking news. And I saw him holding her hand in the basement, right, saying, probably. I don't want to, like I said, it's not good to point fingers at somebody specific. I'm going to give you my dream and also what we all see in the news. And then we can draw our own conclusion because we can't actually just say blankety blank did it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just do somebody. Everybody's innocent until they're proven guilty. At least they're supposed to be in this country. So what happens is that what the information about the other thing about the cleaning up, yes, that's in the news. That is all straight out in the news. And somebody had posted on my post that they actually exhumed her to do more tests. I don't know. I mean, that would be really tragic to have to exhume the poor little girl because, it's bad enough that she died so young in such a horrible way because she did die, according to the news, by strangulation. Her legal cause of death was strangulation and blunt force trauma to the head. Not that I know of. I don't see any evidence of them getting his particular DNA. They got the DNA of the little brother Burke because everyone in 7,000 square foot home. Right. So they got the DNA of the little brother Burke and they got the DNA of mom and dad. But from everything that I've researched in the past few days, she had enough and she was going to tell. I do believe that she was, but I do have a photo of when they came on the news and said she's missing, she's been kidnapped. If you look online, you'll see it. It's her talking to the news. Let me see if I can show you, and it doesn't get too blurry, but I'll see if I can show you it. But it's the mom and dad, and they are looking, the father's looking at the mother like, oh my God, you're lying so well. So let me see if I can, okay, so this is them. Let me see if I could show it without making it blurry. So this is them showing there's too much interference. So she has the missing poster in her hand. And her strange face looking at the news camera, and then he's looking at her like, wow, that sounds good. I heard the 9/11 call, and you hear Patsy saying, what did you do? Really? That's phenomenal. Where'd you see that on the news? Where was that? Short Stack, where'd you see that? That's incredible. So she's saying, what did you do? That is crazy. From what I read, her older stepbrother, John, wasn't even in Colorado. No. They're saying he wasn't in Colorado, but a neighbor, Rain, 2371, a neighbor told the police they saw him there on Christmas Day. Then there's no manifest of him buying an airline ticket back to Atlanta. You heard it too, user 14. Yeah. So there's no evidence of him getting on the plane. going back. There's evidence of him being at the house when they had the Christmas party. If she was cleaned up, I read that it wasn't usually mean someone that they loved. Okay, I'm gonna let you in.
Hi,
Hello.
hi. I love you.
Do you know anything about the Ramsey case?
Hello.
Okay. So, but anyway, what we're trying to do, I can't believe you guys heard a 911 call. She spoke as she was hanging up. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because I didn't hear that. I'm going to have to look on YouTube. You guys are saying it's on YouTube. So I'm going to have to look on YouTube there and see what I can find. And that's insane. Okay, that's something else I cannot believe that. I'm kind of like lost for words right now that she did that. So obviously she saw a family member, because if she was on the 911, she ended up the call, but the call didn't end on the 911 side. Oh, wow. They heard her talking in the background. That's what the mother was. Oh, okay. That's why they used her for a suspect. I am at a loss for words. I never knew that there was footage. I like that. That's funny. Bridget, that's a good one. But I'm literally at a loss for words, because I was not expecting this. And that's why I say it's good to engage. And I always say to my family, that's why I like to talk, because you find things out with some other members. So thank you, when you find things out, thank you, Peggy. Thank you. And so when you find things out, even as a prophetic seer, I didn't see everything. I only saw him in the basement. I saw his body. I could tell you that. If he turned around, I can identify him as the person in the basement for sure. No questions asked. I can definitely do that. Let's see. And Lacey sent a letter saying the Ramseys. Was Lacey the lady that got kicked out? She was the investigator that found the note. Which was that her? Do I? No, I don't always talk about Jon Benet. Actually, if you look down in my library, I talked about Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. I talked about the COVID coming here. All of those videos are in my library. Please look down in the library. Okay, she was. That's what I thought. I remember the name Lacey. I think she got fired. I should go to the police and ask them to reopen it. Well, I had spoken to the police when it actually went. Yes, she is gone now, Ronald. But it's just something that I brought up because I'm new to TikTok. So basically, what I was doing was introducing my followers to some of the cases that I have seen over the years. And I have called the police, and yes, I did call the police. And I'll tell you what happened. I called the police, and I get one man, sound like an older man, Golden State Killer. Have you done any research on him? I'll have to look and see. Okay, three cats. I'm gonna let's see what you have to say about this particular case. Okay. Okay, please give us more. So the brother acts. It could have been an accident, but who did the other bad stuff to her? I mean, you can't bludgeon and strangle somebody by accident. It's one or the other. Maybe you hit her on the head by accident with something in the basement. Maybe you were arguing and something, but I'm going to leave. If anyone has a missing person Leave it in the missing Jon Benet file, and I'll go through the names and I'll see, because someone asked me about a gentleman, a 12-year-old boy named Johnny Ghosh, I guess that's how you pronounce it, from Iowa. And I did happen to see something last night. So things come to me right away, or it may take a few days, but definitely I'll get enough information. So the father was in the military. The country he was in used, oh, that's the word, Garrett's. Is that how you pronounce it? Garrett's? Oh, that's good, Scott. Wow, that's a nice, interesting little tidbit of information. So that's what they said she was strangled with, a Garrett. Oh, are you gonna are you gonna pronounce it right? So Johnny Ghosh, I saw something last night. I saw him looking up, and something to do with his throat. So his mother or whoever the family, somebody sent me a message to inquire about him. So I told her I would try my best, and maybe not even a couple of Jon Benet's family was all excluded. Okay, so the new family DNA that will help. Okay, so basically what happened is, from what I understand, yes, the mother did write the ransom note, Scott. What I understand is, from his mouth, this big brother, he said that they did a DNA on Burke, the little 9-year-old, or however old that kid is, the brother Burke, the younger brother. They did a DNA on the mother and the father. They did not do any. Okay, put Lily, put the names. The one Dennis, Sanaya Dennis from Buffalo, put that in the missing folder file with the Jon Benet. Put it in the comments there. Any names that you know that you want to see if I can see something, put them in that file. That way I know I'm looking in the missing persons file, okay? And I also saw Cleo Smith, and I definitely called the Australian police for Cleo Smith. So, yes, that's fine. But I saw Cleo Smith. I drew drawings. I sent it to the, Crime Stoppers in Australia. I notified them right away. I sent drawings about Gabby Petito. I sent that to the police. I don't play. If I see something and somebody's child, somebody's family member is lost or stolen, hi, Tiona and Diamond, what I do is I notify the police right away. I don't play around because I have kids. Yes, Brian Laundrie did it. Yes. Actually, I think they just brought out his diary. But I have drawings. If you look further down in my posts, so the older brother's still working on fine. Yes, he has his own channel. It's Let me see. Did you see Jon Benet brother killing her with a flashlight? No, but I saw her head light up. Remember, if you look in my video, I said I saw a flash, and then it went into darkness. So what I want you to do is go down, look in my library. There's a lot of cases. I tell you when COVID is coming. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't really see names too well, but Chacaloco 70. I'm sorry if I slaughtered your name. No, Brian Laundrie died. He did away with himself. And I showed them that he was hiding. When Brian Laundrie was literally hiding, I thank you. I called the police. I said, he is not where you're going. I can show you on my phone. I literally closed my eyes. This is no joke. I closed my eyes. I put my GPS, the little app where it's the compass. So I closed my eyes in the middle of my room here. I put the GPS on and I said to the phone, what direction is Brian Laundrie? Thank you for the likes, Brown Eyes 88884. Thank you. And so I put the GPS. Then I called the police. I said, look, he's this way. Guess what they said? He was literally in the area where I told him. I said, there's a park, there's a fence. I should go and get it, but I'll have to disappear. But the pictures are not coming through clear, but I'm going to post it for you guys. I drew an actual picture of him peeking over a fence, and there was like a little welcome center in the park. I told the police he is not far from that welcome center. And when you see, do you do missing children? I get almost 90% missing children, like Cleo Smith, and I called the police in Australia. Do I think his parents helped? If you're talking about Brian Laundrie, absolute yes. Yes, they knew. I'm a parent. I have twin boys. And let me tell you, the things you do for love for your kids. But see, I'm on the right side of the law. So I don't just do things for my kids just because they're my kids. If you're wrong, I will walk your butt into the police station. That's what I would do. What happened to Tiona and Diamond from Chicago? Put it in the missing person file because so many names are coming through that I don't want to get two names confused. So put their names there if they're siblings, and I will definitely see what I can see about them, okay? I mean, I try my best to help a lot. I just saw, what's the girl, the Spanish girl that got killed in Florida where the maintenance guy went in and killed her? I saw that. And he was trying to drag her out the window. Thank you, Brown Eyes. What happens is I see a vision. I will get a name. Let me tell you the scary one. The boy Avante, who killed Jon Benet. I can't say I saw him there in the basement with her. I cannot accuse anybody because that's a false accusation. So by law, I would not do that to myself. I'm not going to throw myself under the bus. I'm going to give you the information, Scott, and I want you guys to put it together just the way you see a news report. I saw him in the basement, the clean-cut person, like I said, around 2020, early 20s. Look in the video, listen to what I said, and you will see everything I said matches this guy. So I can't accuse anybody. I wouldn't want anybody to accuse me. That's the brother. That's the oldest brother from the previous marriage. So the father had three other kids. He had that one. He had a sister that died in a car accident. And he had another little girl, and he had Jon Benet. So I think it's a total of 4 or 5 kids with blended family. So 3 from one side and then 2 from Patsy. So there's about 5 kids total. I believe that's the count. So, but at any rate, that's who I saw in the basement. I didn't see his face. I want to make that very clear. I did not see his face. He was facing away from me. But I saw those shoulders slope down. I saw the white shirt with the short sleeves like a t-shirt or white scrub. I saw, yeah. I saw the clean cut, like I said in my video, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Visions don't leave your mind. They are imprinted. They're like branded in your head. Who killed that little girl? Like I said, I cannot put a name because that's making an accusation, and that's a court case. A little boy in park in Washington, 4 years old, autistic, father said he was changing the diaper. And what happened to the little boy? Let me tell you about Natalie Holloway. Okay, let's go to Natalie Holloway for a minute. I saw Natalie Holloway laying down like in I'm trying to think of what I would say. Almost like like two skids. He is lost in on my TikTok post. Put them in the comments, those names. Thank you, Jackie. Put them in the comments in the Jon Benet file, the missing persons file. That way I know to look there for your family members or, okay. Hello.
Hello, I will.
Hello.
How are you?
Aji.
السلام عليكم.
Malaikum salam.
أنا حاسك عندي.
أهلين شلونك؟
Okay.
Good,
Are
good.
we talking
Good.
about Jon Benet Ramsey?
لا
لا
لا عجيب.
Okay. All right.
ضافتك
Let's
ذا.
same to you.
فين
But
الصباح؟
we're trying to go over a
Let's go.
case
Let's go.
here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go,
Let's
let's
go.
go, let's go. Let's get some hearts in here. Let's get
Let's
some
go.
roses. Help me with the roses. Okay. Do you have any input on the Jon Benet Ramsey case? Are you familiar with the case? Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
الدعم عنده.
Okay, let's see who else
بلش
is
عند
here.
الدعم.
Bye bye.
يدعمون.
لا هو علقنا.
داوي.
يلا
أنا السغال.
Bye bye. Okay. Anyone else have any input on the
أشياء أنا لازمتها.
case? So we on to Natalie. But what we're trying to do is talk about Natalie. So she was inside. Why haven't they connected the DNA? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Natalie. Okay, let's hear about Natalie. I found her, I saw her half unconscious. So the two guys that were arrested in that case,
عنده هذا. عنده 300.
the two guys that were arrested.
داعمين قناهم.
Okay. Let me just
أوكي عدول.
bye bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
يلعنك.
God bless.
Thank bless.
God bless.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye. So Natalie Holloway, remember she was the young girl
How
who
look like change
went
junkie class.
can I don't know who that person is, but anyway, she had a half sister there. Who had the half sister? Natalie, or you're talking about Jon Benet? Thank you. Who sacrificed him, Lacey? Who you think was sacrificed? Jon Benet or thank you. Now, let's stick with Natalie for a second, okay? Natalie was smothered. She was half alive. She was like semi-conscious, and she was put between the beach and the grass. So let's say you're going to the beach. So she's walking to the beach. The people, you have to tell me, Lacey, who you're talking about. Right now, let me go over Natalie really quick. So Natalie was put half alive, semi-conscious. You have too much. I know exactly. I agree with you, Rosebud. Definitely. Of stuff going on, a lot of different questions about different cases. When you bring up a case, okay, I want to talk about Natalie Rosebud, but give me in, and we're going to go directly to Natalie because that was a good one. I don't know who this man is, but he doesn't want to leave, and this is my first time doing it, doing a live on TikTok, so I don't know how to get rid of him. How do you do it? Does anyone know how to delete this person? Okay, so some rich guy. Exactly. He admitted. I saw him face to face in the dream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, now let's see. All right. What I'm going to do now is we're not doing a rematch. I don't accept TikTok. Oh, thanks. I need to know how you guys have to help me get rid of him. I'm usually on Instagram and YouTube. I don't know how to have this guy go away. He doesn't want to talk about the case. They're laughing. I don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to have to decline unless you raise your hand. If you raise your hand here, okay, how do I block him? Champagne, how do I block him? Where's the button? Okay, is there an X somewhere? Okay, an X. I don't see an X. I just see him sitting there like he doesn't want to leave. Thank you guys. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my goodness, that was so rude. I thank you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's get back to thank you so much, guys. Your help is tremendous. Trust me. So let's finish out Jon Benet. I saw this guy, and I saw his description, but not his face. He was turned in the opposite direction of me. Okay? So, but if I had to say yes, I would say that's the person. That's the age range that I told you in that I saw. I said early 20s. Come to find out, he's 23 years old, according to some of the other comments here, that he's 23. So that was that. I got his older brother. Here he comes out of the woodwork, an older brother. They said a neighbor saw him. You think someone from the talent show? I don't think so. I thought about that at first, that it was a jealous parent, and that Jon Benet was doing really good. So I really did consider that. When I first saw the news break way back when, in 1996, I absolutely agree with you. Don't forget Natalie. Yes, thank you. I'm going to give you a thumbs up because you keep me in check. I like that. So let's do Natalie. Natalie is coming out of a hotel. They're by a beach. She is drugged or drunk. There's something that she's under the influence of something. She's not, doesn't have her faculties with her. She's not all there. She's awake, she's walking, but they're kind of, you know, thank you. I agree. It's all in good faith. So she's walking with these two guys. Like somebody just said here, that the guy admitted to doing it on YouTube. So she's walking, they're trying to get her onto the beach. Thank you. And so they're trying to get her onto the beach. But they decide they're going to bury her alive. So she is buried alive. Vandersloot. Yep, Vandersloot. I was trying to think of his name all week because I saw him in another vision where he was looking at me like he wanted to cut my, he really was giving me a look in a whole nother vision. Like he sees me. Yes, he did. The girl Stephanie in Europe. He sure did. So I know. I agree, Lacey. So, but anyway, she's buried alive at this point. And I'll tell you something. I was working at an answering service. I called Geraldo Rivera. Any of you know Geraldo Rivera? Put your hands, put a smile or hands up that you know who Geraldo Rivera is. Geraldo Rivera was on the case in Aruba. The answering service said, my coworkers, they're like, yeah, everybody knows Geraldo Rivera. So they're like, Patricia, call Geraldo Rivera. So I'm at this answering service. All my coworkers, there's about 65 of us, they all say to me, we will pay your fare to go to Aruba if you can find her. I said, I know exactly where she is buried. And she said, my coworkers were like, we will pay your fare. I said, I am not going to another country. I will speak to them on the phone like I do at all the other cases. I will speak to them on the phone. I will give them descriptive details of everything. And they kept saying, go. My dad said, you better not go to no other country. And that's what happened with that. I did not go. Plus I had kids. I couldn't just run off. Not to mention that with prophetic seers, sometimes they get arrested because we have so much information that the police think that we are the one that did it. And there was a lady who's really good as well. She served a year in jail. Yeah, thank you. I didn't go. She served a year in jail while she had to prove that it was a vision, that she was not the actual murder. She walked these cops. Thank you. She walked these cops literally up to the spot of the lady's death. And she wound up going to jail for a year while they figured out, I don't trust police anymore. Well, I'm kind of in the middle because, there were some people in my extended family which were really sweethearts, and I have a lot of friends that are real sweethearts. So let's see, give her a proper, okay. I do hope that they bring her home, Rosebud. I really do. But right now, they're trying to say that Jeffrey Epstein got her, this one got her, and that one got her. She was buried alive. She's laying on her stomach with her eyes partially open, and she was buried on her stomach in like two skids or two wood boxes. Think of a long jewelry box. It was flat. Good afternoon, Fruitland, Fruit Stand. Good afternoon. But yeah, so she She was buried alive, unfortunately. Did I reach out to her? Yes, actually, last year when I did my Facebook page, because I didn't know you needed Facebook to do certain things on Instagram, some lady reached out to me looking at my Instagram. She asked me to reach out to her. So I reached out to her, and she said, do you know that Natalie Holloway's parents have a Facebook page? I go on there, I type in the whole story, I give them complete details that she's between the sand and the grass. You know where the boardwalk meets the sand? What they say? Is this about? No, this one is about Natalie right now. We're gonna finish up with Natalie because it was a short one. So she was buried between the sand, just like as you think of a boardwalk meets the sand. She was buried there on her belly, half awake. So, yes, Jon Benet was found in the basement. So right now we're talking about Natalie Holloway. I'm trying to stay focused on one story at a time, and I'll answer any questions at the end, so that way we can all just have an open forum, and you can ask me any questions. And please feel free to give me any information, because I'm not a detective by trade, but I am a detective by just by instincts. So, but yeah, Vandersloot and his other friend did it. Thank you. And so that's what happened with Natalie Holloway. She was buried alive on her stomach, and I tried to reach out to the parents. They don't reach out. People, because I'm not famous, they don't take me serious. Only time someone takes me serious is when it happens in their family, and once something happens in somebody's family, they'll reach out to me. They'll say, Patty, one of my friends, her son was unalived last year, and I saw the whole thing. She didn't reach out to me for weeks. I'm like, what happened to her? So thank you for the flowers. And so I told her, I said, let me see, send me his picture, the grandson. And I'm going to try to put her on my show. I have a gift, nothing as great as you, but I see behavior in people others don't notice. I don't know. But anyway, so she says, Patty, my grandson was unalived. I said, oh my God, horror, horror, horror. And so, yeah, I don't know why she didn't. I don't know. Because, like I said, I'm a local person. And people, unless you're somebody like a big famous medium, oh, that's the word, because if you say the other word, then you might get blocked or you might get banned. So I don't like that word either, but I noticed that it seems to last a little longer. Right, they check your videos and all of that, right. So it's not one of my famous words. It wouldn't be my first choice because I'm direct to the point. Who's foolish? So, oh, the mother. Yeah, because I put it all, if you go to the Facebook page, she was under the influence of something. I don't know if it was an actual drug, but she was not in her full faculties for her age, which is a high school girl. She was not alert. She was kind of like walking, but more of being led as opposed to directing her own steps. And does your gift allow you to show the spot? The spot where something happens? I will tell the police in a minute, yes. I am allowed to show the spot. If I was to go to Aruba, I can tell you exactly. She's on the left side. I'll tell you now. I'm gonna turn off the invites so that way we're not interrupted. I turn off the invite so we're not interrupted because I'm not familiar with a lot of the people, and I don't want us to get caught up like with that other person. But so if you're not a big mega whatever, did they get her body? No, she's still, Natalie Holloway is still laying on her stomach, buried. Now, obviously, it's many years, so she's obviously not alive. But Vandersloot looked at me. Didn't a private company ask the parents for the DNA? Okay, we're going to finish off with Natalie, and then we'll go back to questions. Let me see what time it is. We'll take questions in about 15 minutes. And do I think Vandersloot went back and removed the body? They could have. Definitely could have. Some people were saying that they washed her out to sea after they started looking for her. Some people were saying to me, don't go, because they believed the island police were in on that one and knew what was going on because they were wealthy people. So do you know if Natalie's mom now believes she has passed? I do believe her mother accepts that she is not any longer here. Actually, her mother is moving on quite well, unfortunately. You gotta move on. How many years has this been? So, and like I said, I have kids, and my kids, I love my kids to death, so I don't wish that on anybody's kids, but I do see a lot of kids. Now, should we go on to one more story, or do you guys want to ask me questions? Put your hand up if you have a question, and we can do questions. Okay? So, the mother said the Holy Spirit revealed when she was with the Lord to move on. Really? That's what you have to do. Next story. Okay, guys. All right, let's do you know who hurt their daughter? Whose daughter? Okay, you have a question? Laugh, put your question in. I walked past the hotel in Aruba where she was last seen. You can see, that's exactly, does your gift come in the form of dreams, or are they? So I get both. I'm going to give you a scary one. I'll give you two scary ones, and then we'll do questions, okay? Two scary ones that really would make you wonder what is going on with me, the psychic. Okay. Did you hear about the special needs child missing in the park? I'll have to look and see. I was working on. Well, I don't want to jump all over the place because then I like what my friends here say. Patricia, stay focused. Okay. So, one scary one. I was at work at the same answering service, and you know how you have a punching clock and you put your hand on the digital clock? So I put my hand on the clock, and right in front of me, the way you guys are, was my supervisor's desk. So her name was Inez. So I put my hand in the clock, and apparently my face went completely pale. She said, Patricia, what the heck is wrong with you? Your face is as white as a sheet. Do you know what I saw, guys? Now remember, all of us that check in, we all have to put our hand there. I saw death in that answering service. I saw 3 dead people. So I go sit by my desk. I told my supervisor, they already knew I had this because they were helping me with the Natalie Holloway case. So they're all spooked now. And they asked me, what's the matter? What's the matter? So I go sit by a coworker named Barbara. She's an older Italian lady. And we were partners. We were the best of friends. I sit by her, and she says, what's the matter? I said, I don't want to say anything. And she said, well, I hope it's not about me. I said, no, it's not about you. Do you know the very next morning, her husband, every morning she would go out. Thank you, Cheryl. She would go out to get coffee before she go off to work, 6:30, 7:30, because she worked down the block from the answering service. This was New York City, 38th Street. So she would go get coffee for her and her husband. She comes back, and her husband on Thanksgiving Eve is passed out dead on the kitchen table. And then, so that was one. Thank you, Miss Diva. So thank you, that's sweet. So yeah, that was really said. Thank you for the roses, everyone. So she thank you. That was beautiful, Cheryl. So she came back. She was missing a few days. I was like, "Where's Barbara?" And one of the supervisors said, "Didn't you hear? Her husband passed away," because she was my friend. And I think she was a little upset with me that I sat next to her and I saw death. In that very same office, there was a guy named Max. Wow, that is gorgeous. Thank you so much. That is gorgeous. I love that. I love hearts anyway. Do you know God sends me hearts everywhere? Look around, guys, around the world. God will send you hearts. So, yeah, I can see why she was upset, Scott. So she didn't talk to me for a few days. She comes back in after morning. But in the meantime, there was a guy named Max, another supervisor, and his cousin or his sister passed away. So I'm like, well, where's Max? Barbara's not here. Where's Max? So cruel. This family suffered enough. Accused them, Patsy. Yeah. So I'm saying, where's Max? Oh, you didn't hear? Max's sister, cousin, whoever, a close family member of his died. And, oh, thank you. That's so nice, Cheryl. Bless you, too. So I get hearts from my daughter. Oh, that's, yes. You know what I get from my mom? Dimes. Every time I see a dime, I know it's my mother. It's a dime. No matter where I'm at. Airport, restaurant, it's dime. It's okay. It's okay, Cheryl. So that was Max. So Max lost his cousin. Barbara lost her husband. And someone else lost another family member. They start looking at me like, get away from me. Don't come next to me. Don't come next to me. Oh, you get the dimes too? Aren't they beautiful? So everybody is now saying, don't come next to me. Don't come next to me. Stay away from me. Sit by yourself. So that was one scary one. That I can touch something. I think I might exhaust my time. I'm not sure. I can touch something and feel where someone was and where, what happened to them. I can actually take a piece of clothes. If you sent me a piece of clothes, SRA ritual, last bulb on the tree. Parents did it. Oh, what is that? You'll have to tell me. Where is that? So please explain Vandersloot looking at you. Oh, okay, so I'm having another vision. I heard that he killed the girl, Stephanie. So I said to myself, why would he do that when he just got out of the other Natalie thing? Why would he do that? I think he served like a year or two while they were doing the case. I don't know. So I said, then I go to sleep and I see him literally just break in my dream like breaking news, just out of nowhere. I see him staring at me with such contempt, such like she knows. It's almost like he came into my dream. No, I'm not freestyling. No, but Yeah, I guess you could say that in a way because I'm just giving you random cases, but they all are very true. This is all very old news, so what's changed other than your dream? Do I know you? Where you know all of these stories? So we are talking about recent stories. We're not even talking about Natalie anymore. And try to be kind, okay? I thought we all know it was Jeffrey Epstein and his peeps who were there at the party. I don't know about that. I'm not familiar. I really never heard too much about Jeffrey Epstein. How long have I been gifted? I've been gifted since 12 years old. And I saw something since 12. It says I lost connection. But let's see. Can you guys hear me? Wave if you can hear me. It keeps saying I lost connection. Wave if you can hear me. Can you hear me? How did I know what, Claudia? Okay, good. I'm glad you could hear me. Thank you. Hi. So, thank you. It said I lost connection up there. So we're on new stories. We're not really on any old stories anymore. I'm loud and clear. Thank you. What about Kylie? Oh, I didn't see that. Post that name again, the one about Kylie. Let me see who that was. And if you want, you can give me some names now. And let's see. Kylie, did I learn scamming from a gypsy? No, I was born in a cab, though. How about that? I should probably change my background so everyone getting here is thinking this is about Jon Benet. That is true. But I don't want to mess with anything until I'm familiar with this. What happened to Gladys? Who's Gladys? Summer Wells. I heard of Summer Wells. Kylie. Oh, that's a new one. The little girl, Kylie Rodney. That's a new one. I'm working on that one, and I'm working on a little boy that was missing that his father went to go buy a private house. I love you too. I need to get those cold case playing cards. No, I don't use cards. Only God. Whatever God tells me, I only use God. Whatever God says, whatever God shows me, because I'm not going to down to the pit. I just started my first live today, Scott. Today's my first one, so that's why I'm all wonky about all this stuff. So I don't really know a lot of things, but I only serve God. I don't serve cards. I don't use Ouija boards. I don't use any of that crazy stuff, and that's all I can say. The cards just tell. I don't need cards. Well, you can call me a quack if you want. That's fine. I've been called a quack before. No, I'm not only doing cold cases. What I do is, as a dream comes, you might give me your relative, Kimberly Rayner Jones. Let's say somebody gives me Kimberly Rayner Jones. Somebody just gave me the guy Johnny Ghosh from Iowa. I'm working on that one now. This one has no clue what she's talking about. You know, it doesn't make sense, Susie Greenberg 2001, to come on here if you're going to be rude. What are we here for? You know, they're just a photo and some information. So, anyway, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the nice comments to you nice folks, and thank you for telling me to ignore. Thank you. If you don't agree with someone, move on. That is correct. Block them. I agree with you. So, but anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to post a few of the names that you listed here, and I will try to give you the information on them. Like I said, I only use God. Whatever God shows me today, then I will post it. I'm not going to post something just for the sake of having, thank you, folks. I'm not going to post something just for the sake of having a live. Do I know anyone as a moderator for your page? No, but you can definitely be my moderator. That would be nice. You know, I like I said, it's my first one. Thank you, Santa Coleman. I hope I pronounced it right. But no, hello from Texas. I'm in Texas. I'm in the DFW area, and I do all kinds of things, okay? Thank you, Sister Jan. But anyway, we're going to end it. If you have a question, I'll answer the question. I cannot say, thank you, Sasha. I cannot accuse him or anyone of anything. That's what I want to say. Hey, North Carolina. And I don't want to. Oh, Corpus Christi. Okay, I think that's further down. I'm a New Yorker. I was born in New York in a taxi cab, literally. And I came out here for COVID, literally. After COVID, my sons were so worried about me. What can I tell you about yourself? Okay, I don't do medium, and I'll be honest with you. Back in the day, I used to do the pendulum, and I had people lining up down the block, but God says don't use that. Hi, Oklahoma, so I had to leave alone the pendulum. But I'm very good at it. I've trained Dr. Selena. Okay, glad I came upon you. I enjoy your, thank you very much. Thank you all you guys for the nice compliments. I really appreciate that. But anyway, so look up Mira Murray. Okay, I'm gonna look that up, and I'm gonna write it down. Are you from New York? Okay, I lived in all the boroughs except for Staten Island. But I was born in a taxi cab en route to the hospital because my mom loved coffee. And she said, my dad said, hey, Ida, the cab is coming. And the cab is here. And she said, I'm going to finish my coffee. So by the time we got halfway to the hospital, I was born in a taxi. So, but anyway, let's see. Mira Murray. I'm going to look that up. And you said on TikTok. And any other names, you guys? Hi, North Carolina. And let's see. Epstein Maxwell, was there any Ramsey child? I won't go into Epstein. I can help with your husband, yes. You can put it in the Jon Benet file in the post, 2 posts back. Put it where it says missing persons. Even if the person passed, we're going to use that as our file. So all of you are welcome to put a name in there if you're looking for a loved one. All stray dogs, amen. Okay, Donnie. Now, what I want to say to you is, I can tell when someone is lying. Can I help with a friend that was killed? I can try. And all I'm going to tell all of you is I can try. Hi, Florida. I can only give you Alan Bishop. I will look that up. I can only give you what God shows me, okay? I cannot make up stuff. I do not want to make up stuff because I care about people. And I lost 6 family members. I definitely do not want anyone giving me fake news. You understand? So give me what you have, what you want me to look up, and if God shows it to me, then I will post it, or we can contact each other I was told lately that she is Katy Perry. Yeah, I don't believe that nonsense. Thank you. Thank you for God bless. So what I'm going to do now is say goodbye to everybody and put the names. Summer Wells, I see Summer Wells. I see Maggie Alexander, approximately 14, born in Pennsylvania, then put up for adoption. Okay, I can, is Alexander the last name? Put the first and the last name of the person that you can. I don't really follow Jeffrey Epstein because he was such a, I don't need to say the word. I try not to follow anything that has to do with evil. I'm following God and Emmett Brown from Florida. Okay, you have a wonderful day too. We aren't sure what her biological dad's name. Okay. All right, put that in there. I can't write fast enough to get all the names, but I got Summer Wells, I got Maggie Alexander, I got Sylvia LaFavre. I have that one, Maura Murray, and Dale, and I have Tanya and the other one. So put them all in there. I will call on God. And that's what I do. I ask God to show me what he wants me to see. I see Enrique Williams, Joanna Wright, Mindy Schmidt, Leah Nully, Joanna Wright again. Put them in there, and I will try. Some of the names, by you guys just posting them, they're gonna show up in my mind's eye anyway. They will show up, because all I say is, "Where are you?" And they show up, or I'll say what happened to you, and they will show up. But look at some of the other posts. Have you gotten? Oh, I missed your question. Have I gotten something? I missed your question. You can put it again. Okay. All right, everyone. God bless. Look at the other posts. You will see I'm not a scammer. They're all there. They have all been contacted. All the police have been. What is that? Channelview, Texas. I don't know where that is. I'm new here, only 2 years. God bless, hippie. God bless, Chakaloo. I know I'm messing up your name. I'm slaughtering it, but I'm talking about you. And so I'm going to say, your brother Michael, see, my sister passed away and I'm uneasy about it. Have you gotten a vision about this nation? Yes, it's there. You will know the outcome because I'm going to post it in the comments with the name, okay? My YouTube is Glorious. It's like my church. You're welcome. Glorious_Conqueror 2021, and it's the same thing on my Instagram. Like, subscribe, help me get these things. Thank you for sharing the live, TSM. I thank you very much, 1969. I appreciate that. So I'll post everything for you, all right? What is the vision about our nation? Okay, can you tell us more stories? I can if you want to stick around. If I don't know if TikTok makes you run out of time. I don't know. Okay, I feel something, but I don't know if she wanted me to go further. You can say it. Say this channel, I want you all to be open, and I want you to share with me. So if you share with me, thank you, I will stick around. If you share with me, I will share with you, and I will share with all honesty, okay? Like I said, I lost 6 family members, 2 grandbabies, 2 siblings, and both parents. So I know what happens when you lose someone, when they're missing. Thank God none of them were murdered, nothing like that, thank God. Thank you, SheJoy3. Thank you. So, okay. Hello from Dallas. I'm up here with you. I'm right up in the area. I'm probably 20 minutes away from where you're at. Texas is so daggone big. I'm trying to get a double. Okay, so let's go on with another story. I'll give you another creepy one. This one is a good one. This one is a happy one, but creepy. Okay, you ready? Let me know when you're ready. My YouTube is glorious underscore conqueror 2021. Okay. Okay, here's a good creepy one. Now, my mom, Gladys Coleman, passed away. Okay. I had a girl at my job that was, it was her and her sister, two siblings. They're both, one is in her 30s, one's in her late 20s. And they already knew, because everybody that knows me know that I can see things. So she comes in, she's happy. Patty, Patricia, my sister is having a baby. I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool, because she couldn't have kids, so she was excited to be an aunt. Glorious. You spelled it perfect. Perfect. Glorious. Okay? And conqueror with O-R at the end. So she's all excited. She's like, oh, my God, my sister's having a baby. And glorious underscore conqueror, like you're going to conquer the world, conqueror. Glorious underscore conqueror. Look, it's on my TikTok page. Okay. So, yeah, Texas, I love the weather. But let's go back to a story real quick so I can stay focused. I'm going to spell glorious, glorious, underscore, conqueror, conqueror. Then there's Glorious Conqueror Network 2021. I'm going to pull it up. But anyway, so the girl at the job says, there you go, right there. Beautiful. So it's a purple banner like on my TikTok. Okay. So she says, oh, I'm going to be an aunt. I'm going to be an aunt. And she couldn't have her own baby, so she was totally excited. So I said, oh, my God, so good for you. So we could go shopping for baby clothes, blah, blah, blah. And a couple of weeks pass by, time progresses, and now it's close to her sister to have birth. So her sister says, she comes in, my coworker, she goes, Patricia, my sister's going to have twins. I said, oh my God, because she knows I have twins. I said, how awesome is that? So she's like, oh, she only has a few more weeks to go. So I said, okay, we can go shopping, get some stuff and whatever. And I go home and I am literally in her sister's belly, traveling like I am like swimming like a tadpole in the water. I am swimming through the twins. I'm seeing what they look like. I'm seeing what their weight is going to be. I see their names. Thank you for the likes, Stephanie. I see their complexion. So I go back to work. I am so excited. Thank you. I go back to work. I'm so excited. And here comes Monday. I said, hey, I don't want to say her name. I said, hey, guess what? She's like, what? I said, I saw your sister's twins. She's going to have a girl. Hello, Miami. She's going to have a girl. She is going to have a boy. The boy is smaller than the girl. The girl is chunky. The boy has red hair. The girl is darker. The girl has curly hair. And she's like, okay, whatever. She goes to work. She's in the accounting department. She goes to work. She gets a call the next day. While she's at work, her sister is in labor. Hi, Miami. Buffalo, New York. So I said, what's going on? She said, oh, I got to hurry to the hospital. My sister is going to have the babies today. Good afternoon. And it is a grand one. I said, oh my God, I'm so excited for your sister. Okay, great things are going to happen for God. Absolutely. So now, what happens is hi Alabama, she comes back to work, and she comes in the building, Buffalo and Gulf Shore, Alabama. She comes in, she's pointing at me. You're a witch. You're a witch. Don't talk to me no more, Patricia. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. You're a witch. I said, what are you talking about? Hi, Illinois. I was down there in Chicago. Actually, I go there a lot through the Amtrak. And Amtrak, right in downtown Chicago, they got the overpass there. So she's screaming at me. She's calling me a witch. The boss comes out, little old man, like 80 years old. He comes out, what's going on out here? I said, I don't know. So-and-so is upset with me. Hi, Georgia. So-and-so is upset with me. Barbara, the Virgo. I'm a Virgo, September 9th. So, yeah. So, but anyway, hi, Kentucky. So I said, hi, Salt Lake City. I said, I don't know what she's upset from. And she says, Patricia, I don't want her to talk to me, and I just want to stay away from her. September 9th, I said, he comes to me and goes, Patricia, we all know you have these visions. He said, but do you realize you terrorize people? I said, I thought that was good news. How many of you would like to know, without doing the baby reveal? Thank you for the birthday, Ohio. Hello. Hi from Jersey. And so he says, you can't terrorize people. I said, October 10th. Oh, yeah. I have a stepdaughter, October 11th. So I said, thank you for the belated birthday. So right, exactly. It's beautiful news. So I'm thinking it's beautiful news. So I tell her just like as if she went and got one of those sonograms and they tell you the sex of the baby. Hey, Staten Island. Love that, the Staten Island ferry. I get on it for no reason sometimes when I'm in New York. So thank you. So I said to them, let's see, you can pull the comments down. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a good idea. Hi, Nashville. So anyway, I know you can't listen with all these interruptions. All right. So anyway, what we're going to do is now the babies are born, and it's the boy and the girl. She's very upset with me. She doesn't want to talk to me anymore. And I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I really didn't mean to scare her. So she was upset. Somewhere down the road, when it was time for the babies to come home, she said, hey. Exactly. She says, can you drive me home with the babies? And I'm looking at her like, she was just not talking to me. Why? Now she wants me to drive her home. With the twins, I have no car seats. My babies are not babies. So I have no car seats. I said, I can't take those girls home. And she said, please, she has no way to get home. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it. That's what I saw. That was her story. That was mine. And so that's what I have to say. She needed something. That's the bottom line. Exactly. So anyway, that was that one. Now, I'll tell you the other boy that's missing. If you look at the post, there's a kid named Avante something. This is uh, this is in the Bronx. So in the Bronx, the boy was missing from. It was a boy and a girl. The boy is missing from Queens. So I was a real estate broker at this time. So I'm walking, doing all my deals, and I see a poster on the street light. You know how they put the missing persons posters on the street light? I put I see a poster that says missing boy, autistic, thank you. And I look at the poster, I'm like, oh my God, what happened to you? Just like you see a poster, a missing persons poster. I said, okay, what happened to you? That's all I said, and I kept walking because I was working. So, right, exactly, the boy that left the school. So I went home to go and get some paperwork because I was in between two transactions. I went to go get some paperwork, get a drink, relax, and whatever. And I'm getting ready to go back out the house. I touched the doorknob to my own apartment in the Bronx. I touched the doorknob, and it was like something attacked me. I saw the whole little boy. So I see the little boy walking away from the school. He goes to like orange turnstile. In New York, the turnstiles, some of them are orange, like if you're going to get on a boat, or certain places that have an orange cushion on the turnstile. So he went through the turnstile, and next thing I know, now I'm seeing this. I'm wide awake. I'm at work. I just came in to stop in my house and get paperwork. So I touch the knob just like this. I have the knob to the outside door of my own apartment. I have nothing to do with this kid. And I see his whole story. So I see him go through the turnstile. Then I see him at the water's edge. Now, at the water's edge, he's standing on some rocks. And he's standing on some rocks, and then I see his head is bumped, and he's holding his leg. So he's like, his leg is hurt, he's limping, his ankle, his knee, he's holding his leg. I go and tell one of my friends that's an officer. I said, Officer so-and-so, please. I had their personal phone number. Please. This little boy is by the water, and he's injured. He bumped his head, his leg is hurt, and whatever. When they find the boy, the person said to me, no, you don't have no information. Yes, exactly. Avante, I don't know how to pronounce it, Cornedo. I said, I see the boy by the water. He went through a turnstile. He's by the water. And he says, I'm not going to go do that for you because you're on a wild goose chase. Tell us which water. I said, okay, you're right. I don't know which water. And I let it go. And sometime later, they find the little boy. Thank you. They find the little boy, but he's already decomposed. He did have a bump on his head, and unfortunately, there was body part missing, the leg that I said was something wrong with the leg. And does he? Yeah. So I felt bad. I couldn't help that particular kid because nobody wouldn't listen. And that's the problem with all these cases, is that people think because I am not a huge, big celebrity medium or whatever they want. I am not a medium. I am not a psychic. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for the roses. I am not a medium. I don't pretend to be a medium. I don't want to be a medium because that's not in the Bible. You only, if God says to Daniel, now think of it this way, guys. Thank you, Dante. I got your name wrong. Okay. Yes, she had a girl and a boy, both healthy, both looked exactly like they said I looked, and that's why they said I was a witch. So my gift, all I do is I just ask God, what happened to this kid? If my kid was missing, I would say, God, where's my son? Where's my daughter? I have one daughter and two boys. That's what I would do. This is what I do. It's been there since 12 years old. I'll tell you, when my dad died, I miss my mother. She died while I was getting off the bus to go to the hospital. But my dad, my son, said, Grandma, Mom, we got to go visit Grandpa. And I said, okay, what's the big rush? He goes, I don't know, Mom, but let's go. Thank you. I love you guys. You guys are really good. I hope you stick around for a while. So I said, okay, let's go see Grandpa. I get my car. I get my sister, who's now passed also. I go and get my sister. I get her kids, because the way my son said it, I go and get my kids. I go to my dad's house. We knock on the door. He lives in the Bronx. Well, he's passed now. He lives in the Bronx at the time. We knock on his door. I open the door, and I see his face. Okay, so he's dark-skinned. So my mom's Italian, my dad is black, but he's dark-skinned. But his face is gray. I'm like, Dad, are you okay? You don't look well. Thank you. I said, Dad, you don't look well. You look a little gray. And he says, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't feel a little bit well, but he says, I'm good. I'm good. He's like me. He likes to walk all over, like a nomad. I walk everywhere. I don't really have a car at the moment. So my dad's like that. He walks everywhere. So he says, I'm okay. And I asked my sister, does he look a little gray? And she said, no. Yes, my son is gifted. So we went. The kids are playing with him, and he's playing with them, and he's giving them ice cream and cake and whatever. He's 78 years old. Okay, so he says, day's over. We leave. We come back. Bronx Park East. No, actually, he was on Kingsbridge Road, and I know Bronx. I was actually born on Bronx Park East, right there by Charlotte Street. So, but anyway, he says, okay, I'll see you guys, and goodbye, gives all the kids a kiss goodbye. There's 6 of us now, my 3 and my sister's 3. He gives all the kids a kiss goodbye. He spoils them to death. The very next morning, because I said something, he was gray. I told hello, Mira, I said, he is gray. Something's wrong. My dad was dead by 7:30 the next morning. Thank you, Phyllis. He had a massive heart attack walking to the store on July 1st, and he died literally outside. His second wife calls me at my job, and she says, your daddy's dead. And I could not drive home in my car. I only live 7 minutes from my job. I could not drive. I was a wreck. I go to the hospital. Now, they offered me, I go to the hospital. They asked me to go identify him. His second wife picked me to go identify him out of all the kids. I don't know. She felt a connection to me. I was kind of his favorite. I go identify him. They pull the curtain back, and I see him laying there on the gurney, Do you know, right there on the spot, I hear him screaming, Patty, I didn't want to die. Patty, please get me out of here. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. I'm like, Dad, I cannot help you. Come from that side. Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to answer that question. I did tell my dad, I can't help you. You're on the other side. Although the Bible says you can raise the dead. But he was not a Lazarus. He wasn't even 24 hours. But I wasn't developed in faith at that time to do that. I loved God my whole life, but I wasn't that developed, that skilled. Right, you do know when you're a child. So now the question is, how can you know if you're gifted? You can see things around you. Let's say, no matter what age you are, I'm never going to give it an age. You're going to have the gift. It'll come back. You just have to tune into God and ask him to redirect you. And he'll redirect your gift. Because we need it now, right? Amen? With all the stuff going on in the world, he needs all of us that are gifted. So any of you that are gifted, I'm going to show you how to fine-tune it. I left a post where it says how to hear God clearly. You want to one, fast. Now, let me go over the list with you as I have it on the TikTok, so we can go over it together, and you'll know. Let's see. I'm going to go right here. Okay, to hear God's voice clearly. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 down. It looks like it's black with roses or hearts. It's on the 3rd row. September. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you. You're making my face red. That's beautiful. That's cool. And you got the little fall stuff there. That's awesome. September is the best. I keep telling everybody that. Okay, let's pay attention because we're going to do how to hear God's voice clearly. Okay? Number 1, it's priority. Forgive. You have to forgive everybody, no matter what they do. Please forgive the people. Even if it's something atrocious. I have had horrible things happen to me. And thank you. I can't see your name down there. Okay. Oh, wait till it gets back on. Maybe. Hello from California. So the second thing is you must forgive people. If you're adopted, if something happened to you, tragic, I have had crazy stuff, from being hit on the head to being strangled while I was jogging. I have had crazy stuff. So I'm telling you from facts, you have to forgive people, okay? That is priority. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, let me go back there. I want to mute it. Fast and pray for a minimum of 3 days. Now, it depends on your overall mental and physical health. You can't fast if you haven't been eaten already, okay? So you want to be healthy, but you want to do what's called an intermittent fast. You don't have to fast for 3 days straight, water, food, and everything. You're going to give up food, let's say, from dinner time the night before, so you stop eating from dinner all night. You're skipping breakfast and you're skipping lunch. So basically you're having one good solid meal a day. You're drinking water, you're drinking whatever beverage you want to drink, okay? I mean, not like alcohol and stuff like that, but you're drinking stuff that benefits you. Your body is your temple. So no matter what you put in your body, it should be something good, right? We all agree on that? Thank you for the flower, Jesselyn. So what you need to do is fast, okay? Then you have to be obedient and disciplined. Hi, Philadelphia. Yeah, you have to look. Let's go revisit the forgiving for a second because that's very important. Now, the problem is with forgiving is that sometimes the person may have passed, and sometimes there's so much tension that you cannot. Sometimes you're far away, and sometimes there's so much pain that you can't forgive. What you do is you sit a chair in front of you, an empty chair, or you can write a note, but you put your apology on wherever, if it's going to that empty chair or if it is going on a piece of paper. You write your note and you put that note on the altar. You take your letter, whoever harmed you. You don't have to be in their family. You don't have to have lunch with them. You don't have to have holiday meals with them. You're forgiving for your own soul. You are forgiving so you can get to heaven, not for them. Hey, you know what? I can't even comment on that will thing because, you know what? It's a little bit too deep. You're not forgiving for that person because usually that person is not even thinking about the misdeed. You understand? That person has moved on. What you need to do is shouldn't be upset the person that has been harmed. So it's not always there, okay? So it's not, we're all different. God made us all different. Where, as you can see, what goes on there out in the world, that we are all made different. Some people can go and do wipe out a whole school. So, yeah, we're all made different. So everybody acknowledges pain in very different ways. A prophetic seer, I'll get to that in a moment, okay? But forgiveness, you are doing this for yourself, for your own salvation, not for theirs. And it sounds selfish, but that's what it has to be until you get past that. Because if you don't get past that, that really destroys you from the inside. It doesn't destroy the person. You get consumed, and the word dis-ease, D-I-S-E-A-S-E, it's disease. So if you're at discomfort, dis-ease, that starts eating at you. Causes cancer, causes all kinds of things. So there's no reason to hold on to something when another person, yes, forgiveness is, trust me, I can clearly say, yes, it does get harder and harder because God will throw some stuff at you and you're like, what? Okay, do I really have to forgive that one? Like, can I skip that one? So, yeah, it does happen. But just try to do it, not even thinking about, you know? So, now the other question was, I don't think if someone kills a child, it's not your place to forgive them, Unfortunately, yes, it is. Yes. It's unfortunately, yes, it is. If, like Jon Benet, whoever murdered her, they have to, I'll help you find. Do you see a lot of people that have cancer? They're stuck in a let's say What are those places where you go to get well? They're in some kind of a home, and they're trying to wonder why nobody, the staff is like, nobody ever comes to see that person. Thanks for the flowers, C-Day. Um, the people say, why is this person all alone? Because they are bitter. You trust in God. You go and get yourself, there you go, convalescent home. So you go in there and people wondering why you have no visitors and why you have no relatives coming, and why when they bring you food and you're tossing it away, and you don't tell people you don't like sunny days, you want to have conversation with people. Exactly. It robs you of joy and life and love. That's exactly what it does. It takes away from your life, not theirs, because they're going on. So, God first, problem second. Exactly. See, you guys are very helpful. I can't even say, you just, am I freezing? It was saying that before. It was saying that there was no reception. I thought it was finished. It's possible that we ran out of time. I see it freezing. It's possible we ran out of time. So what we'll do is we will, God and Satan are the same being. No. Definitely not. God has nothing to do with Satan. Satan was an angel that was think of him that I don't know if there's a time limit, I don't know, but let's accept that forgiveness is necessary. And that's where you are getting confused with the way they will cut you off and reboot your phone. Okay. This, yes, Candor. Let me see if I can stop and start again. Let's see what goes on with that. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll try to come right back. I'm going to try now.